Hello, my beautiful rock stars. It's your girl Rocqi, your revolutionary hippie from Life is Rocqi. Please subscribe to my channel and help me get monetized. So today on Life is Rocqi, I will be doing another one of my Manifest Realities Happiness Coaching reflection and check-in sister circles. So let me tell you a little bit more about that in detail. So in 2020, I was a graduate of the Advocate Training Program with Sisters Mentally Mobilized under California Black Women's Health Project, meaning I was trained to facilitate sister circles. So last year, around this time, I facilitated an 8-week sister circle called Reflection and Check-In Sister Circles. So I wanted to share the reflection and life work that I had as a part of that sister circle. I will be turning these into courses, so make sure you hit my website in the description box below, manifestrealitieshc.com, and sign up for my email list so you know when those courses go out, because I do provide skills training in the courses as well as the sister circles that I won't be providing here today. And also you can sign up on my email list to know when I'll be doing more sister circles. Now, just to break it down, the sister circles are free. However, they're on West Coast time, so not everyone can make it. But if you are on West Coast time, check it out. Because I think my next one is going to be on Black maternal health. Woo! So stay tuned for that. But I did want to create courses so that way other people can get the information as well as form their own sister circles and have that community healing environment. I think it's very important for us. So without further ado, let me go into the reflection topic of today, which is Black love is revolutionary, to celebrate Valentine's Day. And actually, February 13th, today, what I'm recording, is Black Love Day. So something I also go in depth about on my course or sister circle. But won't be going into that today because this is free content. Okay, so for the reflection topic of Black love is revolutionary, I'm going to ask you all some questions. Ooh, let me get some water before I go into this deep dive. I'm gonna ask you all some questions. What I want you all to do is stop the video and, well, one, get you some pen and paper, stop the video, and then I want you to answer these questions. Really reflect on how these questions show up for you. What are your responses to them? Really take some time to understand yourself and your relationship to love, especially Black love, within these questions, okay? Now, I will be giving you my response to these questions. I'm not going to go in extreme length, just give you an answer. But I think sharing it with your friends, getting the understanding of their responses is really helpful, so that way we can gain different perspectives from different experiences, okay? Whew. Sorry, I'm 7 months pregnant and that was a lot to say. Okay. You see my shirt? This is a Black-owned business. What's the business? It's on my sleeve here. You can read that. I think it's fashion something. Got this when I was in DC. But anyways. All right, so first question is, what healthy examples have you seen of Black love? What contributes to a healthy relationship? What contributes to an unhealthy relationship? What makes a marriage work? What are the love languages of your friends, family, partner or partners, and yourself? How do you give back to the community? How do you build up the community? What are different ways you show Black love? How are you healing your individual, familial, and relational traumas? How can we heal our communal, generational, and ancestral traumas? What do you hope for the future of Black America? So again, pause the video, take some time, figure out what your answers are. And I do want to say, I talk more in depth in the course about what it means that Black love is revolutionary and what all entails Black love. But won't be getting in that today. Sorry, I'm on my hair and it's a lot to be on it. Okay. So what examples have you seen of Black love? So for me, I didn't grow up with them in my personal life. My parents didn't have a healthy example of Black love in terms of each other. They're now divorced, and it's a good thing. My sister, because she had so much trauma with my dad, I didn't see it as a healthy Black love. I didn't see it as a healthy Black love. It just wasn't. There's some elements there that I wouldn't say is perfectly healthy. But so I didn't really grow up with that. As far as TV and movies, I mean, probably, Cliff and Claire, Cosby Show. I like the friendship that Martin and Gina had, but there was definitely some toxicity there. Who else? There's a lot of Black family sitcoms of the 90s and early 2000s, so that was probably where I was getting most of the representation from. Was it always healthy? No, but that was probably the most healthiest that I've seen growing up. What contributes to a healthy relationship? Respect, first and foremost. You gotta respect each other. As soon as respect goes out the window, the health goes out the window, because if you don't respect each other, you're not going to be doing some of these other things that contribute to a healthy relationship, like trust. A relationship doesn't exist without trust. You either got to repair that trust or earn it in the first place, but trust got to be there. Even if you are non-monogamous, okay? And then respect and trust allow for effective communication and effective conflict resolution. You gotta have those both. You got to. Life is an adventure, and you need to be able to talk about it and then resolve the conflicts that come up. But I would also say you each have to be willing to grow within yourself to then be able to grow within your relationship. I definitely think is key. What contributes to an unhealthy relationship? Well, pretty much the opposite of what I just said. But in communication, just to give you a little pinpoint of my licensed marriage and family therapy status. In communication, you can look at Gottman's 4 Horsemen of the Apocalypse. And it's contempt, criticism, stonewalling, and pregnancy brain is making me forget the 4th. Contempt, criticism, stonewalling, and yeah, that one is gone. Let me see if I can look it up real quick, because I cannot tell you. But basically, you're putting each other down, not good. You're criticizing each other to the points that it's not helpful. Like, it's not constructive criticism. Ooh, defensiveness is the 4th one. So, yeah, that's not helpful either. Like, you gotta let go of the ego and be willing to be humble and be vulnerable. And like, when my husband told me he didn't feel heard, woo, that hurt. That hurt me as the partner of who I want to be. And I was like, damn. But instead of like, I do listen to you and getting defensive, I listened and I took it in, and then I was willing to grow to be a better active listener, So yeah, I would definitely like the opposite of what I said was for a healthy, but specifically those 4 horsemen make or break a relationship for sure. Oh, and the stonewalling is when you just shut down. Mm-hmm. Contempt can be like name calling, which, one, if you love this person, why are you calling them out their name? Come on now. Speak to them with love and kindness that you would want to speak with a loved one. Why don't you want to speak with a loved one like that? I don't get that. But anyways, let's move on. What makes a marriage work? Oh, because I am married. I can't have my engagement ring on right now because my fingers are swelling due to pregnancy. But I am married. I got married last year. So what makes a marriage work? So I think the biggest thing I could say in addition to like a healthy relationship. Okay, so 2 biggest things of what makes a marriage work. First and foremost, compatibility. Like when they said in Tyler Perry's movie, Why Did I Get Married? 80-20 rule, like that's legit. You have to have 80% compatibility. And those have to be in core areas of who you are, what you believe, what you value. If there's any incompatibilities in those core areas, it's not going to work. If there's more incompatibilities than compatibilities, it's not going to work because you can't force a compatibility. Like you can't, there's only so much compromise in the world. Like you can't. So get you 80% compatibility in those core areas of you. Okay. That's how it works. Okay. The other thing is don't marry for love, marry for compatibility. Because there will be times in life where one, that feeling of infatuation, new relationship energy, the honeymoon stage, the hormones are going, all of those things are going to go out the window. Okay. And there's going to be times where it's like, I don't really want to be around you right now. And in those times, your commitment is what's making you stay. It's like, you know what? I don't like who you are to me right now. I don't like who we are to each other. But as a person, I like who you are. In this moment, like the like is like not, you know? The love is still there, but the like, woo! So yeah, that whole marrying for love thing, love isn't always at the forefront. That's just the case. I would say falling in love is different than growing in love for sure. And yeah, you don't always feel the honeymoon, right? Sometimes, especially like our second year, and that's usually the stage of relationships where you start noticing your incompatibilities, you start noticing your differences. That's when it's like, whoo, do I really want to be here, you know? Or when the stressors of life happen and you respond differently, you know, like you evolve as a person individually, so your relationship is going to evolve as well. So the all happy feelings aren't always going to be there, and you have to be willing to stick it out in order to make that marriage work. So I would say that. All right. What are the love languages of your friends, family, partner, yourself? So I'm only going to do partner myself just because I feel like family and friends is a lot. But think about it for you. Again, as you're writing this down. So my husband's love languages are physical touch and quality time. And specifically with physical touch, it's more sexual touch. He definitely loves affection, but sexual touch is higher. Whereas me, my love languages are quality time and words of affirmation. Physical touch is probably third, and it's more sensual touch. So we do have a slight incompatibility there, but we're also polyamorous. So I don't feel totally obligated to meet that need of his. However, I try to compromise where I can. Pregnancy has changed my sexual desire tenfold, so that's just a whole nother thing. But yes. Okay, next question is, how do you give back to the community? And that's also back to love languages. We give a certain way and then we receive a certain way. So make sure you're giving what your partner needs as much as you can, much as you have the capacity for. Because what you give naturally, they may not totally need. Like I give in words of affirmation and I need words of affirmation. But that doesn't mean as much to him. Physical touch means more. So if I combine words of affirmation with physical touch, that really hits home, you know? But anyways, how do you give back to the community? Hey, look at this content. You know, I've dedicated my life to helping others. So this is just one area in which I can do that. Yeah. And then how do you build up the community? Check out Manifest Reality's happiness coaching. I've also practiced therapy for 6 years, specializing in the Black population. I'm having a Black family with my Black husband. So yeah, definitely building up the community that way. Yeah, and then, excuse me, what are different ways you show Black love? So in addition to my profession and my family, as well as the things I do for free, I also try to buy from Black-owned businesses, you know, as much as I can. There was a time where I was a lot more stickler with it. However, a lot of Black-owned businesses started selling to other companies, and I just can't keep up with who sold what and whatnot, like Shea Moisture, you know, like I tried. I tried. So I try as much as I can to buy Black-owned. If they decide to change ownership, look, you know. How are you healing your individual, familial, and relational traumas? Let me tell you, I've had 5 therapists in 7 years, 4 individual and 1 couples. So I'm about that life. Okay. My first was definitely about familial traumas because my parents was going through a nasty divorce at that time. So I definitely needed some healing on that. My second was more relational, both romantic and platonic that I was working on. Third was more individual, but also familial. And then fourth is definitely individual for sure. A lot of individual. There's some familial stuff in there, but it's a lot of individual. And then couples therapy, obviously relational. But my husband and I don't have traumas, so we weren't really unpacking any of that. We're just working through some things that we got stuck in. So that's how I did my healing. How did you? How can we heal our communal, generational, and ancestral traumas? So I definitely think we need to come together and have more conversations, more healing spaces, like sister circles and things like that. With the ancestral traumas, what I have been doing on my mommy fever journey, check out that playlist, is trying to gain the wisdom that we lost from the generations of Black mothers before us. So that way the generations that come from me have wisdom. Like I'm the ancestor providing them wisdom about pregnancy, childbirth, and postpartum. So that's how I'm healing some of that trauma, by regaining the knowledge that we lost. And then within therapy, when I was practicing, I specialized in trauma. So I was definitely about that life as far as trying to heal other people's traumas, which, and again, I saw a majority Black population, so that's my community. What do you hope for the future of Black America? I hope that we can, yes, do this healing work of our traumas, but also get to a point where we're starting with a foundation of healing. So that's what I hope to have with my child, because my husband and I have done so much individual work as well as relational work with each other. I hope to provide them with a foundation of healing, so that way they're just going up from there. And I hope more and more generations moving forward are able to start with that, because if we're starting from a place of healing, like look at what we've done from a place of trauma, you know, imagine what we could do from a place of healing. So I'm really excited. I may not even see it, but I'm excited to put my foot forward as far as trying to create that future, not only with my children, but with the rest of Black America as well. So yeah, let me know your thoughts in the comments below as far as what you got out of these questions, what you got out of your reflections. And then, and then as far as the check-in piece of the sister circle, that's when we, take time to reflect on what's actually going on with ourselves, mind, body, and spirit, and provide that space for each other. But I also provide life work, because life work is something that I do within my coaching program, Manifest Realities Happiness Coaching. And it's something I actually got from one of my teens and when I was practicing therapy. Because I was giving her homework and she was like, this isn't homework, this is life work, like homework for life. And I was like, I like that, I'm taking that. Because homework, you're not getting graded on the stuff I give you, but if you apply it to your life can change. So again, pen and paper, really break down what your responses are, reflect on them. So let's get into it. I'm not going over my answers with these though, because I got my over 10 minutes of long form content. So, but all right, answer these below. Or if you want to let me know your answers, feel free. All right, identify your relational boundaries. What makes you feel safe, comfortable, and respected? Identify your relational expectations. Assess if they are realistic, spoken, and agreed to. That's a big one, y'all. Let me repeat that back. Identify your relational expectations. Assess if they are realistic, spoken, and agreed to. Because I know we have a whole bunch of expectations that we did not say that aren't always realistic, and they definitely were not agreed upon. And when I say relational, it doesn't have to be romantic. It could be relational in any capacity. All right. Identify your relational red flags, green flags, and non-negotiables. Remember, there isn't a compromise with non-negotiables. And I would also say with red flags, a lot of people perceive red flags as yellow flags, and that's not the case. A red flag is your non-negotiable. It's a hard no, hard stop, right? Yellow flag is like, we may be able to compromise on this. Or I may be able to be patient and willing to wait for them to grow, things like that. Red flag is pass. Okay, so yeah, identify your flags. Assess compatibility within your relationships. And again, doesn't have to be limited to romantic. View it as a spectrum. So it doesn't have to be either or. It could be a little bit of this, a lot of bit of that, Recreational compatibility, intellectual compatibility, spiritual compatibility, emotional compatibility, sexual compatibility, that, more so romantic, but it don't got to be friends with benefits is a thing, okay? Financial compatibility, future compatibility. Also, identify 3 to 5 Black businesses you can continuously support throughout the year. Or identify Black businesses for certain areas of your life. Whereas that could be holidays or gift giving. So during the holidays, I try to get like Black owned wrapping paper type of thing. Babies or children, definitely gonna have my baby Afrocentric up. Hair, skin care, toiletries, etc. So like I get honey pot pads. Did they sell? I don't know. Again, I can't keep up. I tried. So 3 to 5 Black businesses that you can continuously support throughout the year or for certain areas of your life. Ooh, this is a good one. Read Dr. Joy DeGruy's Post-Traumatic Slave Syndrome to understand the psychosocial impact of the trauma we and our ancestors have experienced in America. That was my eye-opening experience because Dr. Joy DeGruy, she's in the Bay Area a lot, so I've attended a lot of conferences with her speaking, and definitely eye-opening to the psychological effects of the enslavement of our ancestors. Watch the masterclass on Black History, Black Freedom, and Black Love with Cornel West, Angela Davis, and more. So I tagged it here. I don't know if you can just Google it and see. So that one I don't know. But the next one is identify how you are breaking generational trauma cycles within your family. And then identify what you want to bring in and bring forward within your family. So that's important too. A lot of times we focus on the trauma, but we don't focus on the strengths. Like, what do we want to actually bring forward into the future Black America? And then for some reason, I don't know why I said, remember to be patient in your practice. Well, I guess habits are hard to break and it's hard to create new ones. So identify ways to enhance and grow your community. So again, how you actively doing that as a part of your life. So I hope you all enjoyed this video about Black love being revolutionary, baby. And yeah, let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Do you like when I go over these kind of content? Again, this was an 8-week sister circle I did last year, so I'm just going over the reflection questions as well as the life work exercises that I had a part of that, but the skills training will be provided in the courses. Sign up on my email list in the description box below, manifestrealitieshc.com, where I will actually walk through the skills training, as well as some of the other aspects that I include in the course that's not available on this video today. So yeah, let me know your thoughts, and then remember to like, share, and subscribe. Thank you so much for watching. Take care of you.